sometimes you just got to go straight through. I need a bit of sausage sandwich, mate. Soak up the alcohol, you know what I mean? Dan, is that you, mate? Well, listen, I'm not a clown, am I? I'm a winner. I've won everywhere I've gone, mate. That winning feeling, it never loses you. Look at that. Huh? Well, listen, you all laughed at me. And I told you, I always win a trophy in my second season, mate. And, Arsenal have had a better season than them, more European trophies than them. Bit of sausage in my teeth. And, to celebrate when I get back home, I'm going to carry on drinking. But, of course, I'm going to throw a barbecue. None of that scruffy gym barbecue where they can't afford sausages and burgers, mate. I'm going to do some proper stuff. My voice has gone, as you can tell. Abby Summers, I'm delighted for her. Fuad, Tobes, Expressions, all these guys who probably still want me to go, to be honest. But if I walk, I'm not getting paid. So, no, I'll be staying, mate, until they kick me out the door. But I told you I always win something in my second season. Jesus Christ, mate. No more questions, boys. And last thing I'd like to say is, Abby Summers, get back on that M1, darling. I'll see you there. Sausages taste great. Old dead Arsenal.
Why are you directing everything at Arsenal?
Listen,
right, what's going on?
It's a shame about that.
What's all this? Hold on. Yeah, bro. Don't have these things around, mate. You know what I mean? What, flags and all. Yeah,
he's taking it all down. Whoa. This is the set. What's he doing?
I mean, that on your side,
what's he
mate.
doing?
What's that
My
doing
side?
on
What's he doing?
Listen, I'm not even touching it.
Rocking up the set.
Yeah, that was what, Tottenham flags on my side.
It's how production.
That's an abomination, mate.
He was running around with a scarf over him.
Yeah, 100%. Because I hate Manchester United.
On the stream.
Hate Manchester
Yeah, fair
United,
play to
don't
him. He hates Man United.
I hate them, man.
Oh.
That's what I was celebrating. But right, listen, big show today. Tottenham are Europa League champions.
You have to. You know what? To be honest, you got to give them their dues. They won it, right?
By default.
It was a
terrible game.
It was a try.
They won by default.
That game was 16th versus 17th. Like you saw it. I said to you when we was doing the stream, I go, this is like watching a League One playoff final. That's what it was, the quality of it. But they won it. They won't care that the quality was crap.
I know, because they're shameless.
No, Laurie,
No,
you've got to give them
do all
their
this.
thing, right? They won it, right? We have to give them their dues. They've won the Europa League.
I give them their credit.
So I give them their credit.
But I'm not going to clap them because I know they wouldn't clap us if we won the Champions
wouldn't,
League.
no.
Yeah, so I'm not going to
But we're
do all that.
classy,
I ain't got time for all that shit.
Well, listen,
I'm not going to
That
do
game-
that Michelle Obama when they go high. We go high.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing
I'm
that.
not doing all that. Well, listen, today's show is brought to you by FanFest, the platform that brings fans together and rewards you for doing what you already love, like lifting trophies, like dropping your predictions as well, which we're going to be doing on our show at 1:30 today, and tuning into a live show from your favourite creators, right? Robbie, we are giving away, via FanFest, free match tickets to a game of your choice next season. Just click the link in the description below. Right, probably don't want to go to Arsenal games, and scan the code on screen to enter the raffle. We will be having our end of season preview show on FanFest right after this at 1:30 today. That's myself, Robbie, Matisse, and a few more football fan influencers from around the world. We got Inter fans, PSG fans, right? Looking ahead to the Champions League, we've got Chelsea, Forest, all of that. We'll be having our say before the final matches this weekend. So click that link below and join us. 1:30, we will be there. But there's only one place to start. Joining me today is Matisse, Robbie, and Laurie. How are we, chaps? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
So confused. Like,
Or should I say, good day?
Good day.
I'm gutted.
I know you are, mate, and I would
know-
be gutted if I was you.
I got to admit, I can't hide it, man.
You're not liking this, are you?
No, because I'll tell you why. Because obviously Tottenham Arsenal goes without saying the rivalry, but where I live as well. I mean, I live in North London, Enfield. It's pretty much a Tottenham area. Although in my immediate area, there's a lot of Arsenal fans. Robbie will tell you, been to Tottenham a few times, AFTV, and I've had some pretty unpleasant experiences there. And their fan base just tend to get under my skin.
And I tell you what, when you go back there next season and they're singing Champions of Europe, we know what we are. I'm sure that feeling will come right up to the front again.
Or it'll be you'll never sing that, won't it?
Or that.
I mean, listen.
But you can hardly call them champions of Europe.
Well,
That's what they'll say.
That's what they'll say.
I said it yesterday.
West Ham, we
When there's
laughed at West Ham
55,000 people singing it, what are you going to say to them?
Laugh. The same way we laughed at West Ham when they sing it.
Right. Okay.
You know what? Europa League. If you actually go and look,
They've won it 3 times.
On the website, and it says, what's the definition of the Europa League? What is the Europa League? It goes, the Europa League is a second-tier European competition.
Yeah, it is.
So to sing Champions of Europe, for a second tier, we're not in it, are we? We're not in the second tier. Every team that was playing, the 2 teams that were playing in that final last night, of course they won a trophy, but let's be real. What the real prize is that Champions League place. They're desperate to get into the Champions League,
and you're in the Champions League,
and we're in the Champions League. So what do you want us to do?
Should we this season as you have?
Should we drop down to
and more?
Arsenal? Alex, I think you're a sensible guy. Do you want Liverpool?
I wouldn't be so sure.
Would you like Liverpool to drop down into the Europa League to win it?
We tried to win it last
year. Or to
didn't
drop
we?
down, and it's a different competition.
Semi-final.
Let's be real as well, right? Let's remember this, right? It's a different competition now. There's 36 teams in the Champions League, yeah? None of them now drop into that competition. So you've basically taken out 36 of the best teams in Europe. Yeah, and then you have another competition after that, and you're going to sing you're the 37th best team, and you're going to sing Champions of Europe. Yo, do me a favour. You can sing it. I'd be like, Laurie, I laugh. It's like when West Ham fans are singing it, I laugh. It's kind of ironic laugh. Yeah, well done, West Ham. Yeah, come on.
Even the West Ham fans, when they sing it, they're doing it tongue in cheek.
Yeah, I don't want to be, as an Arsenal fan, in the Europa League, or I don't want to, or the Conference League. And I used to say that at the time. I don't like this competition. Arsenal fans would be like, I don't mind it, Rob, because we go to different destinations. That was the only reason people were.
Carabao.
If you're a big club, you don't want to be in those competitions. So,
of course not. But
I know, but
you've got to win
but
it.
But I've already given them credit for winning it. The scrubs here is United.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not like Laurie, where I'm gutted, right? Listen, I'm going to give. I'm giving Tottenham their due for winning it. I don't like Tottenham like Laurie. Tottenham are our rivals. I saw last year when they were deliberately trying to lose games to derail Arsenal. I don't want them to win nothing, but. Also, I don't like Man United either. I think more Manchester United fans were on my case after we went out against PSG, right, than Tottenham fans. Way more. When I was in Kenya last week, right, Kenyan fans, Arsenal fans are saying they want Tottenham to win because they don't know any Tottenham fans. They only know United fans. And what I saw from United last night, oh my days, man. They were absolutely shocking.
I don't think Arsenal fans, in my opinion, get to look down on this competition. I just don't. You can't say.
I'm not looking down on
you are, because you're saying that
I don't want to be in it.
Yeah, you don't want to be in it. I understand that, but you haven't won anything in Europe.
True, but
you can't look down upon it and say, "Oh, well, we're only interested in the Champions League and we're above it." You're not above it. You're not above it until you win. You're not you. And let me just make this clear: you were in the Europa League consecutively, consistently, emphatically losing. 2 Sporting Lisbon, 2 Olympiacos, 2 other teams. So let's not talk about quality of... Hold on, let's not talk about quality of teams. Let me land. Let's not talk about quality of teams.
He's only saying this because he's in a conference league.
Listen, I'm a cook in a minute.
But he's got European heritage.
I've got European heritage, so 100% I'm going to look down on this competition and the Conference League, which I don't want to be in, but we're in it and we got to win it. But you guys don't get to look down on this competition after losing to it.
I look down on what I want.
You can't. You can look down on whatever you want, but you can't.
I'm saying this.
I'm telling you, it doesn't make any sense.
Even when we lost to Olympiacos, right? They dropped out of the Champions League. I'm saying to you that listen. Everybody could talk and say what they want. There is no denying. It's a second tier.
Yes, and you couldn't win it. And you couldn't win it.
Why haven't you won it?
You failed to win it
because
multiple times.
It's a different competition now.
Yes,
because as I said,
when the format was the old format, you still couldn't win it then. You still haven't won a Champions League.
Talk to me if they was in the old format. This is a different format, and
they've won the old format as well twice before. Yeah, In the UEFA Cup.
Not in the same foot. We've won European trophies as well, you know.
Cup Winners' Cup?
Right?
The Interface.
Right, we've won that.
We won the Fairs Cup.
Yeah, so just chill.
Fairs, yeah?
Right, but what I'm saying...
Fairs Cup.
What I'm saying...
Hang on, we've won the Fairs Cup and we've won the Cup Winners' Cup.
Both are now defunct.
And both times I was alive for it.
I'm not interested in those either. Because all I'm interested, as far as Arsenal are concerned, is to try and win the Champions League. And you know what? Maybe if we had Bodo Glimt in the semi-final, we might be in a final, but we didn't.
I think you're being very dismissive of their...
I'm not being dismissive, because I was the first one, apart from you, because you wanted them to win because
100%.
you're a Liverpool fan, to give them their flowers. I'm giving them their flowers for winning it. Right, I even messaged.
But you're playing it
the
down,
flowers
though.
you're giving are
they're weak
dead
flowers.
But what I'm saying is,
no water in these flowers.
I am just being people. I'm just
or maybe
being
he's just being balanced.
people. I'm just being completely and utterly honest. I do not want to be in that competition.
But when you were in it, why didn't you win it?
I don't, because it was a different competition. Then it's harder to win. Yeah?
When we lost to Chelsea,
when we lost to Arsenal, should still be winning one of them.
Can I just
Of course, I
interject?
agree.
Big Arsenal should have a couple of European trophies in the
should
bank.
be winning things. We should be winning European trophies. But I'm saying to you, when we were in it, it was a different competition to win.
And when we got embarrassed by Chelsea,
you want to
Chelsea were a top team.
This is like saying I only eat caviar, and then when a Sunday roast is put in front of you, say I'm not eating that.
You know, did you hear what they just said, Laurie? Right? They just said,
it's still good food.
Laurie, did you
Still
just
good food.
Did you hear what they just said? Of course, to win the trophies are good.
He's only saying that because they got that.
We got everything. We got everything.
He
You know what
can
I mean?
speak. I can speak.
You
don't have any European heritage.
Hold on, this guy
But
probably.
we do. I just told you he won 2 European trophies.
This guy will probably rock up, right?
Into
Matisse,
Toto
right?
settings.
He'll rock up here in a week's time. When's that game?
Wednesday. I'll be
He'll
in
rock
Poland.
up here in a week's time,
Saying I've won
that
it all.
He's won a European.
I've won it
thing.
all.
I've won it all,
What
right?
if Betis beat you?
I've won
true,
it.
though.
Wait a
Factually,
minute.
we've won it
Laurie,
all.
right? In a competition, right, where they've been able to rest,
don't win that now.
play their B team all the way to the final.
I'm not going to be
Robbie.
singing Champions of Europe, by the way, because I don't
Right?
need to, because I know what Champions of Europe feels like.
Yeah, but that's what we're
if
saying,
you're-
though.
Okay, but
That's
when
what
we,
we-
I
so
hear
when
it.
he said
I
it-
hear it.
Oh,
Okay,
come on, hang on. No. When he said it, you derided it. You're now saying the same thing.
No, because we've experienced what two megastars look like, what world champions feels like. So I can understand the drop-off between Champions League and Europa League. But you have not won anything.
No, but
to
Robbie
be
also said, but the format
but you
changed.
also, the two of you also jumped in
salt here.
when Laurie said about the Fairs Cup and
Yeah.
the Cup Winners' Cup. You both jumped him and said,
I wasn't conceived.
"Wait a minute,
I don't know what that
It don't
is.
matter.
It's
It's still
you
in
both
the
jumped-
history book.
Talk to me about it.
I was
You both-
alive.
Listen, he weren't conceived when they won a lot of the European Cups. But I'm saying, right? You work it out. You weren't, right?
Why are you thinking about that, you bad man?
No, I'm just saying. You're saying, but you both
your
jumped,
own cups,
You
man.
both jumped in about those 2 cups and said they're defunct.
They are.
Formerly known as the UEFA Cup, by the way.
The Europa League. The Europa League, as
You
we
know.
know it, last year is defunct as well. It's a new
Yeah.
competition.
Can I just
You
remind
lot,
you,
it's
point
factual.
is- my
It's
point
easier
is-
to
for the
Right.
uninitiated, can I
We got-
remind you
we-
that the Fairs Cup that we won in 1970, that was abolished and replaced by the UEFA Cup, which Liverpool also went on to win. Are you going to deride that and say that wasn't
Listen,
a
at the
proper
end of the
trophy?
day,
I've got 6 Champions League.
No, but I'm asking you a
You're
question.
totally not in my stratosphere. You're
No,
relevant.
I'm asking you a question. You
And when we
derided
did play
that
you in Europe,
no,
Ryan Babel went down and we smoked you
you
5-3.
derided that competition,
off
but
with
you
your
also
can of
won
can.
it.
Yeah. You can't chat to me.
Of course, I could talk to you.
I've got 6 of the big boys. Where is it?
Well, you should have 7 in it
is.
because when you were top of the Champions League, that you were running up your mouth that you've
So
already
did
won
you
it.
win it then instead of us?
We didn't win it, but I wasn't saying we were going to win it.
You cannot
You said
chat
you were
to
going to
me
win it.
or him,
But
to
anyway,
be fair.
You can't chat to Ty when he told you about Michael Thomas yesterday, repeatedly.
Oh, he
See,
fell over.
part of it.
so
Part of it. This
that's
is part
fine
of
with
this
me.
part of the problem, right? Like fans like you, you care more about Arsenal than your own club.
Hey, I don't want to
Hey,
talk about Arsenal.
I'm not on about
Let
Matisse. I'm
me
on about
t-
you.
Okay, you're on about me.
You,
All right.
last
Well, guess
night when
what?
you was
Tomorrow,
going-
Matisse. Guess where I'm going tomorrow?
I don't know.
Last-
I'm going to have a picture in Anfield with the Premier League trophy, and guess what I'm doing
Well
on
done.
Monday?
Congratulations.
Yeah,
We did.
I'm going to be on the bus with the sponsors, mate.
Well
Yeah?
done.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
yesterday you were
Lovely.
running around with a
parade.
Spurs
Yeah,
scarf
you're
on.
running around
Yeah,
with the
because I
Spurs
hate Man
fans.
United.
You're texting Arsenal. You weren't texting United fans. You were texting
I was.
Arsenal fans.
Of course I was.
You were messaging. No,
text
you
Said,
weren't.
Flex,
You were messaging
KG.
Arsenal fans.
No, 'cause
right?
you were there
care
when I
more-
was trying to
you
call
ca-
Flex and
Wait a
KG,
minute.
so
Wait a
that's a
minute.
lie.
You care more
There's no
about.
point in lying though.
Yeah.
Because you
Right,
saw
worry
me
about your own
FaceTime and
club,
Flex
man. Go and
and
enjoy.
KG.
Go and enjoy your day.
We will.
Go and enjoy
As
your
the
day,
most
man.
successful
You're more worried
English
about us.
team in the whole
You know
history.
what I mean? And let's hope,
I will.
Yeah, and I hope Trent's on the bus. If
He
they're
will be
letting
on
you
the
on the
bus.
bus, surely Trent should be on the bus. Yeah,
will
because
be on
you're
the
going to
bus.
be on
Why
the
wouldn't
bus.
he be on the
Let's
bus?
hope Trent's on the bus,
Anyway,
people. And he
I'm
gets a
delighted
nice
to
round of
announce
applause.
that there will be a parade for Tottenham fans tomorrow in Edmonton Green, right where Robbie lives and Laurie.
I don't live
Sorry,
in
where
Edmonton.
Laurie lives.
No, I live in
5:30.
Enfield. I live in Enfield.
Well, still same postcode.
No, it's not,
EN
actually. It's
postcode.
not.
So listen, I've got my trophies in the bag. He's got his European heritage. You're just mad because Tottenham have won a
I'm
trophy.
not mad.
No,
I'm
no,
not mad,
no,
bro. I
no.
told
It's
you
very
already I'm
simple.
not mad.
It's very
Robbie's
simple.
not mad.
told you
I
already
gave
I'm
you
not
my
mad.
reasons.
What are you mad for?
I
I'm
gave
not
you
mad.
my very specific
You're mad.
reasons
I'm
as
not
to
mad.
why I was
How
gutted.
can I be mad? I'm a
You're
champion.
Why? So
bro.
why are you
I'm a
gutted?
champion.
Hang on,
Oh, you're
sorry,
a champion.
sorry.
You're
Let me
worried
answer
about
this
it.
question.
I'm a
Let
champion.
him go on. Why are you?
Like I
why
said
you
to you,
gutted?
I'll repeat. I don't like Tottenham, right? It's personal between me and them. Like I said, I've been to their ground. I've experienced a few unpleasant things. I live in an area which is, I would say, predominantly Tottenham. And I mean, listen, let me qualify. I don't get like mad abuse or anything, but I often get into arguments with their fans. So the last thing I wanted last night was for them to win, right? So them winning, I'm very disappointed, especially the manner of their win. I mean, let's be honest, they won by default. I think they had one shot on target. The goal that they...
salty.
My man asked me, allow me to answer, please.
Because we have got a long show.
Well, I'm
so-
answering the question.
You're the one who threw. You're the one who
Yeah,
threw
you-
it all in.
yeah.
And now you don't want to.
So they won almost by default. Now, where I would agree with Robbie, yes, okay, they won a trophy, fine, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, let's not get it twisted. The format of the competition has changed considerably. It's not the same competition it was when we got beaten by Chelsea. It's as simple as that.
And I'm here trying to remember. I started off by giving them their flowers, right? And I will continue to give them their flowers, right?
Good. As you
At
should.
the end of the day, I don't need you to jump in, yeah, right? At the end of the
Tom
day,
Clark?
Chat to me.
right? At the end of the, you're
Scar,
talking
man.
like your name's Big Ange for real. You think
thought-
you're Big Ange. You're only
Yeah, I
doing
love
a
Big Ange.
Yeah,
Big him
right.
up. Congratulations.
Right, congratulations, Sue. Right.
Congratulations.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Thank you. I will.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's more Tottenham than he is
Sum it up,
Liverpool.
yeah.
I know you was from born in Barnet. Maybe that's
Actually, I was
the
born
whole
in
roots
Camden,
here.
but
Right. But what I'm saying is, right.
you shouldn't have given me this,
Well done to Tottenham. But if now they should keep Big Ange. If this is such a great achievement,
No, because now look what he's trying to do.
no, I'm not
I'll tell
trying
you
to do
what.
nothing.
How about this one?
I'm basing it off of how you're carrying
How about
on.
this one then?
Basing it off of what you've done, and it's such a wonderful season, right?
Didn't
Keep
say that.
Big Ange then.
It's awful league season.
Right.
Ange said that in his interview.
But
after.
you know what, right?
They've
If
won a trophy and you haven't got one.
brother, you're gonna keep.
Yes, because
It
it's
is.
factual.
That's
what
And
you
also
just-
another
let me-
fact,
let me-
is
all right,
you
let me-
now owe
let me-
expressions
let
and Abby £500
let me-
each.
Let me finish what I've got to say.
You're a
and
grand
then-
down.
Can I finish what I got to say?
100%.
Because you do like to talk a lot, yeah? So, over
job.
people. So what I'm saying
Big
is this,
baby.
right? To Tottenham fans out there,
Rattled.
are you now going to keep Big Ange after this wonderful success and do what Manchester United did last year, which was delude themselves? When they won that FA Cup, they decided to keep Ten Hag, and they've gone backwards. They've completely gone backwards because they should have done whatever they were doing last summer.
Yeah.
Said, well done, you won us a trophy,
Leave on a high.
right? It has papered over the cracks. Leave on a high, go and do, and then we'll bring in someone else. Or are you going to keep him? Because if it's such a wonderful achievement, you would keep him. You would keep that manager in charge. And then the other thing I'd say is Manchester United. What about them now?
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, right, what I saw from them last night, I was shocked. I know they've been bad this season, but that was awful last night. And this guy, Ruben Amorim, who, when Arsenal got knocked out of that against PSG, all these United fans have messaged me about Arteta. This guy right now, I think, I had him on fraud watch. He's looking like a fraud to me. You come into the Premier League, you're telling people about it's my way, free at the back. You're not respecting the league that you're in. It's a tough league. You have to adapt. Even Big Ange adapted last night by going more defensive. This guy refuses to adapt. I've not seen him improve one player at Manchester United. Kobe Mainoo, I saw balling out when I was at the finals of the Euros. Balling out for England. I was looking at him thinking, yeah, United have got a player here, man. Has gone backwards. Nacho, backwards. All these players have gone backwards under Ruben Amorim.
No,
I compare him.
If you could go
I compare,
further
when I look at some of the other managers that came in at similar times, David Moyes, how he turned around Everton and how they finished the season. The manager at Wolves, how he turned Wolves around. They were about a point above the relegation zone. Turned them around, playing well. What that guy managed to do with certain players. Strand Larsen, how he's improved that guy. Remember, Cunha was out for a big period of that.
Yeah.
Ruben Amorim, United fans, I'm asking a question. I don't watch your team as closely as you do every week in, week out. But are you confident going into next season that Ruben Amorim, especially now he's going to have a lesser budget to work with because you ain't going to have that £100 million from the Champions League. Are you confident that he can get you back into European football? Because remember, you've got no European football next year. Those are the serious questions.
I think
Take the banter aside.
Without the banter, they finished 16th with no European football next year.
16th is not confirmed. They could finish 17th. They've got to play Villa.
Yeah, they've got Villa on the last game of the season.
I'll tell you what, I would absolutely hate to be a Manchester United fan. Everything is coming on top.
That's what I'm saying. That, like, you're putting things on Arsenal, right? Listen, Arsenal.
I'd much rather be an Arsenal fan.
I'd rather right now, right? Listen, we went out. Yeah, we reached 2 semi-finals and we come second, and it's not good enough. There were some mitigations with injuries or whatever excuses you want to make, but I'm more confident going into next season than a United fan.
Of course.
Right now, they're in big trouble. I was shocked by what I saw from them last night. Very, very shocked.
They look like the team that didn't have any heritage, and they made Tottenham look like the team that had all the know-how. Even though it was a shocking game of football, and there was barely any chances for Tottenham. Once they took the lead, that second half, they went all pragmatic. They got themselves into a block, something that Tottenham fans have probably been asking from Ange for months and months and months. He showed it in a final. And that midfield, that three-man midfield, compact, flat, didn't let nothing through it. The fullbacks, and then obviously Romero and Van de Ven, that clearance off the line is world-class. The goalkeeper, he struggles collecting the crosses, but the shot stopping from the headers, very, very, very good. You have to give...
No, the Luke Shaw one was straight at him. But the save he made from, who was it?
He made a few
good
saves.
A save down to
I
his
believe.
right.
Yeah, he made some good saves.
He made a few dodgy... But that Van de Ven clearance was unbelievable.
He made a few good saves.
The moment
but Man United, that is... Listen, they are the worst... They've just put in the worst season of any big club in the history of the sport I've seen. In modern
So now you understand why me and Robbie are not getting excited about
listen, I moved
Tottenham.
on from the Arsenal now. I'm talking about Man United. That is the worst season that we've seen from a big club on record in modern history of this sport. For them to be potentially 17th with less than 40 points and trophyless and playing poorly, by the way, for the last 18 months. They were shocking last year. And I said it. They were grinding, grafting, Flex over there, smiling at me, giggling, grafting, grinding their way through results. Get out of jail free cards with Garnacho or McTominay or whoever it was. They're playing poorly, minus goal difference at the end of the season, in 8th, scam an FA Cup against a drunken, skunken Manchester City side who had just come off the parade from the Premier League win. And now they find themselves in this situation. I find myself confused because, like I said, you never like to see Tottenham win a trophy. That's why I didn't even see it, because I turned the TV off. However, looking at Man United with no funds, no resources, no ability to send players to different places. Now they can stay inside the country. Do you know what I'm saying? They can just focus on domestic. It's beautiful to see that they can't do the rebuild. It's beautiful. It's deserved.
They're going to have to sell Mainu and
it's deserved.
They are royally screwed in every single department. On the pitch, off
they
the
needed
pitch,
that so badly.
They are screwed, and long may it continue. Couple of super chats.
Let's do some super chats, man.
Medical bunker. If we're in a simulation, the creator hates Arsenal. Jamie M, you will not be able to go on holiday because I will find you and you will die. Robbie to KG on Best of Enemies. A quick word on his appearance and how crucial it is for him to show up tomorrow on Best of Enemies.
He has to show up.
Contractually.
He didn't pick up my calls.
He actually did answer our call on the show.
After a few attempts.
I asked him about Amorim and he said, let me sleep on it. I was very surprised by that because I said to him, I go, yeah, because the question has to be, if that had been any other manager, as I said, the questions that have been asked about Arteta.
I'm not going to lie, it's a sackable defence.
And the season that this guy's... What's he done since he come in?
It's just losing to Tottenham in a European final is sackable offence.
Can I lost to Tottenham 4 times?
Can I just
let me just
say this?
Let him do the super chats.
Salah is a generational hater, says Sebastian. Did you see Salah's tweet?
Yeah, his post.
Love that. He said he always wins things in his second year, and he did. Congratulations, Jamie M. We also need DR Sports Court early this year with Flex, KG, Saeed, Cams and Goldbridge paying for their crimes. Robbie will belittle a trophy but bend over backwards and keep moving the goalposts for a manager that isn't good enough, says original Don Dada. Cashley Cole, it's not Spursy anymore, it's Arsey. The Spurs parade should pass by the Don's yard so he can see close up what a European champion looks like. Abby, I apologise for the last super chat. Enjoy the trophy, but Flex, ho that, says Bennett Gamer.
Flex looked,
I turned my phone off.
He looked
SIM
finished
card,
last night.
everything. Turn the tracking off, all of that. Like you said yesterday, start looking for houses in Bilbao.
He shouldn't come back.
Support them. He
looked
should be back.
I saw his post-match stuff. He looked like he wanted to start crying.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Robbie, is it time to change the Arsenal logo from a cannon to something bird-related? Says Stephen. Obviously, it is the year of the birds.
It's the year of the bird. Next year is the year of the cannon. Actually, can't we?
Said next year.
Actually, no, we don't want it to be the year. I was going to say the year of the gun, but that wouldn't be good. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be good.
So next year it's the year of the cannon. And are you going to pay out today to Robbie and X? To Abby and X?
Well, I've got about 3 bets to collect, right? So I'll still be all right, man.
Yeah,
It's going to still be in the green.
I'll still be in the green, man. I'm good.
Can we please have expressions on Monday's show, says Chandler B. I won't be at the show because I'll be at the Premier League Trophy Parade. So there is a space as a host. So maybe X does get the call
Imagine X
up.
hosting. We'd never speak.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we'd always be here watching him.
Stephen Island's grandmother says, Robbie's restaurant says, where the debts are not going to be paid and the chef wants to cook but has no fish to fry. The Amorim banter era continues. Justice for Ten Hag, says Juno. As a United fan, says M. Sati. Yeah, no. I'm tired of the arrogance. Alex Ferguson earned the confidence. Many fans and YouTubers mocking Spurs over history are part of the problem. Help Matisse carry them double Ds up the stairs. Late. How the mighty have fallen. I'm losing track of these super chats. It's a joke how many there is. How the mighty have fallen. Man United, Arsenal, and Rob's BMI. That's a compliment. Spurs undeniably have had a better season than Arsenal. Both have qualified for Champions League football, but Spurs have a trophy to go with it. Arsenal played boring hoofball all season. You just don't win trophies like that, says DSY.
Well, I don't know, man. Is the Spurs won a trophy like that last night?
Sonny missing the 1-on-1 against City last season cost Arsenal the league and put Tottenham into the Europa that they have now just gone on to win. That's a good point, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Sonny missed that 1-on-1.
Yeah.
Look how it's all ended out a year later.
Actually, before I
Crazy.
forget, the point I was going to make before you had to read out the super chat was, and I want to get this out before it goes out my mind. You spoke about Amorim being under pressure. If you remember Unai Emery, when we got smoked by Chelsea, that was back in 2019, May, I think we lost that final. 4 or 5 months later, what happened to Emery?
It's very true, because that was kind of
these things.
Yeah, people kind of like.
Yeah, but that's no surprise. We know
Andrew's
because
go and that you think about it, weren't even nowhere near as bad as what Amorim did, because I remember it was 2 things. First of all, we didn't qualify for the Champions League when we should have done.
Yeah, and you lost the final.
You lost the final, and then fans were like,
"This is way worse."
And then after that, and this is like 10 times worse.
So you lost the club.
So like you said, I didn't really think of that, Matisse, what you said, but it's true. Like, I can't remember a team like United of that stature.
They claim to be bigger than Real Madrid.
Finishing this badly. They could. Who've they got?
They got Villa at home.
Who've Tottenham got?
Tottenham got Brighton at home.
They could finish below Spurs.
They could finish 17th.
4th from bottom.
Yeah, they could. Games HQ says salt everywhere, Robbie and Laurie. So Leeds can't do the Champions of England chant, says Tanishk. Let's not forget Arsenal has tried to win the Europa multiple times. How many times have they actually won it?
None.
Listen, we've not won it, but come on now.
Old format or new
Matisse will tell you, as well. Come on, let's not be. The format has changed considerably. It's now it's a less
formats
difficult.
change all the time. The league has got less teams.
But has it made it easier or harder to win?
It's a lot different.
Has it made it easier or harder to win, Matisse?
Has the format of the Premier League changed?
No,
since you won
that's
it in the 30s,
you're not answering my question.
Answer my question. Because I'm right, aren't I? Formats change.
Yeah, but as the format now changed, that makes it easier or harder to win.
Listen. it makes it easier.
But you still
this
haven't
season.
won it in the old format or the new format.
I think
This
what
season
we
it was the new format.
This season, Man United's run was very Europa League in terms of the teams they played. Bilbao, they played Lyon, they played Sociedad. Yeah. So on their side of the draw, nothing changed. For Tottenham got an easy side of the draw.
Alex, the point me and Robbie are trying, and I know why you're doing this, because you know deep down what I'm saying is true. It's not a like-for-like comparison. That's what we're saying.
And I agree with you, but if you want to talk about the old like or the new like comparison, you still haven't won either of the old or the new.
No, we did. We won the old European trophies. Before they became
These men are clinging on for dear life, man.
So old
listen,
by the way,
you lot need to win something soon, man.
Matisse, you know the old format in which they won.
Arteta, you better deliver something for these men soon, because these men are struggling.
Matisse, you know the old format in which they did win.
Yeah.
I swear that format got changed before that.
At the end
as well.
That's
like,
that's
had
like
less teams in it than it does now as well.
Yeah, basically. So maybe we remove a load of the leagues you've won then. Liverpool under that old format, and we just say you ain't won. You've only won. So we say you only won 2 Premier Leagues.
And how many have you won?
Huh?
3. The winners win and the losers explain.
So if that makes you sleep
no,
then we can do that.
No, it's not makes you sleep. I'm going with what you're saying.
Okay.
So you're saying you remove all them old ones. So them all them.
Alex.
When did I say that?
Alex. It's the red cards. It's
the injuries.
Yeah. It's the pitch.
Yeah. The ball.
It's the weather.
The ball.
It's the ball.
Yeah.
It's the format. God damn, give it a rest.
Don't be mad just because you're not great.
Listen, as I said, I was the first one on here to give them their flowers. I'm giving them their flowers. I don't even like them and I'm giving them their flowers. Right?
I'll give Angie's flowers.
It's not no copium. But you're bringing up things, and then when it goes against you, because you just said,
"Hey, I'm a
not about Matisse." You just said,
"No,
you wouldn't," because we'd have 3 Premier Leagues, you'd have 2.
Okay,
so just chill.
You know, how many
because
European
you're talking
Cups
about
have you
old
got?
format. You know what I mean? You won those. You won those.
So in your opinion, now you've got no European Cups. If we're doing what you've just said,
if you want to ask me, if you want to ask me a sensible question,
even if they're trying to count the Fairs Cup, by your logic, now you've got 0.
If you want to ask me a sensible question and say, is it good enough that Arsenal not won a European? I will agree with you. We should have won a European for a team of our size and stature. We should have won
Do you know what?
the Champions League by now. That's 100% true, right?
Yeah.
But if you're going to use foolishness to try and make your point, then I'll put you in your place.
Do you know what? I was saying yesterday that I'm going to miss the songs that we sing about Tottenham and the Spursy and the Bottlers and all these beautiful
about
things.
Arsenal now.
But now, you lot 5 years without anything. You're now out of all the big 6 teams, you've been waiting the longest for a trophy, right? We were 2022 and the rest of them more recent. I'm going to enjoy it almost every year. You guys just potentially never collecting anything, because the way that you guys are moving right now is crazy to me. You might be the new
How
new
are we
Spurs.
moving crazy?
He's already said. You guys are awesome.
No, but he's already said that it's disappointing.
Awesome.
How's that crazy?
Exactly. I know.
You guys are the
Laurie
new
Lehman,
Spurs.
man. But you know what though? What I will enjoy is that come this weekend, you better make sure you're in that competition next year, because at the moment you're not even sure you're going to be there. So before you start, I'm in a hold. You're here Monday, yeah?
Yeah.
And you got to tremble, because anyhow you don't make it into those Champions League places, bro.
Taxi.
Yeah.
Bob says winning the Europa League doesn't make you champions of Europe. It makes you, it does make you champions of the Europa League.
Champions of the Europa League, you're not champions
says
of Europe.
Arsenal played 7 years Europa League and Robbie disregards it. If they couldn't win it and were destroyed in a final by their rivals, have some shame. Robbie, I'm an Arsenal fan, but the dismissive behaviour from our fans is hilarious. We was in Europa for 5 years and didn't win it. Maybe look at ourselves before giving it out.
Have I been dismissive?
Would you look at yourself before giving it out?
I'm not being dismissive. I gave them their flowers. I just said, people, you can't say they're champions of Europe. It's a
complete misnomer.
This is not me saying this. Google it, people. I want everybody out there. I challenge you. Google it. What it says about the Europa League. It's a second tier European competition.
This is all copium.
That's not copium. I could cope, mate.
What continent is it?
You know what I mean? Teams win, teams
Europe,
lose.
isn't it?
I thought so.
And they're the champions of that.
I think we'll be the champions of Europe next Wednesday.
You will be.
Well, you be the champions of Europe.
Vamos Betis, obviously.
If you come in here, right?
Vamos Betis.
If you come in here and say you're champions of Europe after winning that, me and you got fight. We're fighting. That's how bad it would get. There's gonna be a fight in there, people.
So by that token, Alex, are Newcastle champions of the English Football League then?
Yes. 100%. Obviously.
You really believe that?
Champions of England. Can you imagine after winning the Carabao Cup?
Champions of England. Are they champions of England?
England.
Yeah.
They're the champions of that trophy.
No, I'm only joking.
And we're the champions of England. There's
not
only one of them.
You said a bit ridiculous.
I'm not that shameless. There's no way I'm singing that.
Tottenham won a European trophy and a trophy overall, which Arsenal is the last big six club to win a trophy now in 2020. How do you say about that? Can we stop this lie that Arsenal have no European heritage? We've won 2 cups in Europe.
I told them that. They dismissed it.
But according to you, we're moving away from that. We're not counting
According
that
to
it was
I
logic.
listen. I said to you we won 2 European trophies, but I'm saying that really and truly the one I want is a Champions League. That's what I want to win.
You haven't got that.
I want to win the Champions League.
Arsenal should have won the UEFA Europa League when they were in it, but they didn't. AGT and Matt Nail on
Different
the head.
format.
Can't look down when you haven't won it. Very simple. You can't look down when you haven't won it.
New competition.
Right.
36 teams.
We're not looking down. I'm certainly not looking
I'm
down.
not looking down on it.
We're just trying to qualify it, Batiste.
Yeah. I'm just. Exactly.
And you know what we're saying is true.
What are you
as well.
doing?
No, I'm just seeing how many teams are in the Cup Winners' Cup that you won, because that's an old format as well, and that's now been changed. So you can't now go
Why
back
you
to
keep
that.
going? Move on.
Winners' Cup.
Move on.
He's searching.
Move
No,
on.
we got to
Move
move on.
on.
Get through your
trying
Superchats.
to.
I'm about to find out there were 7
Arsenal
teams in
fans
the
can't
first cup.
speak on Europe when you've won nothing. You're a tin pot club as far as the Champions League and the Europa League.
We're not a tin pot club.
No, but as
I was
far
in
as those...
Listen, if we're a tin pot club, I
Let
was
me
in.
get through the Super Chats then. Come on. Newcastle Palace and Spurs have won a trophy. Robbie is being bitter. Congratulations, Spurs. Robbie, where is your trophy this season? Up the tune, says Robert.
You know what? Congratulations to Newcastle. Your first.
We've got to enjoy this. We must enjoy it.
You know what as well? Congratulations to Newcastle. That Newcastle fan.
I
Your
agree.
first trophy in 70 years.
I agree. Fantastic
Congratulations.
achievement. And I was
70
there
years.
congratulating him outside the ground when he was crying.
Which year
Well
did you win
done.
the first cup?
Yeah, let's...
It's 1970.
Right, you look at the format of those competitions whilst I get through the Super Chat.
Yeah, a minute ago you were saying formats don't matter. Now you're
No, you're the one that's saying the old format and the new format. Make your mind
a
up,
minute
Laurie.
ago you
Come
just
on,
said
Keith.
formats don't matter. Did you win
He's
it or
I
not?
told you he's a Tottenham fan, man. He's more worried about
I'm
us.
a champion.
He's more.
I'm a champion.
We're worried about that.
Well, I will be
worried?
on Monday, but
If
it's
only-
not Monday yet. So right
if
now I'll
only-
do this and cook you two.
If only you'd
'Cause
have
you ain't
worried
won
about
nothing.
Trent like this, he might have
You
stayed.
ain't won nothing.
You know what I mean? They showed the love like he showed to
Robbie,
Tottenham.
focus on winning a trophy in general, mate. 5 years and you guys claim to be the best team in
100%,
Europe
I
and the
agree
best
with that.
team in England.
I
You
did.
Who
have
claimed
nothing.
that? Who claimed
claimed
that?
to
Your
be the best
manager
team.
did. He said
Who
we're the
claimed
best team
that?
in
No, I'm
Europe
not the
after you
manager,
lost
am
to PSG.
I didn't say
But
that.
then
And if
PSG
he-
said we never said that. So he's a liar.
Yeah, but I'm not the manager. And if you actually see the videos I did, I said he's chatting nonsense.
Well, he is.
So
and
why
I
don't
agree
you,
with
you know?
Well, let
stop
me
putting it-
crack
stop
on then.
telling lies. man.
To compare the
That's
Europa
why
League
Trent's
this
left.
season to any previous season is just deluded. The winners of Europa League have always been teams that have dropped down from the Champions League. Huge difference. I am an Arsenal fan and I respect Robbie. But this arrogant mentality is embarrassing. We
not
have
being arrogant.
absolutely no right to look down at any European Cup, says Ngoni. I agree.
I'm not
down on
looking
it.
down on it. I'm just saying I don't want to be in it. I want to be in the Champions League. If you as
Only if you win it,
Hold
though.
on, let me
What's the
finish.
point, unless you win
You're
it?
going to keep let me talk. Yeah.
Go on.
This, mate. You're an Arsenal fan. That's your opinion. That's cool, right?
Right.
But me as an Arsenal fan, I don't want to be in the Europa League. If you think that's arrogance, not being arrogant, I just want my team to be in the top tier competition and to try and win that. We got to the semi-final this year. We've fallen short. Fair play. We have to go again. It's a hard competition to win. We should have won it by now. It's not good enough. But I don't want to be in the Europa League and I don't want to be in the Conference League because that means we finished outside the top 5, 6th or 7th. I don't want to be doing
So
that
in
every
old
year.
money, what
I don't
he's
want to
saying
be
is we're
losing.
setting our sights higher.
I don't want to be losing 21 games in the league and being in a competition in the Europa League. I don't want it. Right? So it's as simple as that. I don't want to be like Man United next year not in any
It sounds to me
competition.
like you're trying to
Simple.
go to university without qualifications.
Well, we got
A levels.
No.
You've done GCSEs, you're trying to go to university. Why don't you go to A levels first? Do your A levels, get the grades, and then go to university. Do it step by step.
Yeah, step by step.
You guys,
Listen,
you skipping
Newcastle.
school.
So you want us to deliberately drop out of the
Yes,
Champions
I do.
League?
Well,
I
that's
think
so
you
we
should.
can win the
You're
Europa.
wasting everybody's time in the
That's what they're
Champions
doing
League.
this year.
You've done it.
You're
How
in the
many
Champions
times have Arsenal participated in the Champions League? You still not won it.
That's what you
Drop down, stop wasting space, and let someone else have
You know
it.
what?
A bit
Alex.
like, hold on, a bit like what they've done this year. If we're comparing it then to education, right? That's like you going
We've done
to
a BTEC.
No. What you lot basically done? You've gone to Eton college, you paid out big money, right? And you're still on a foundation course.
Or I'll give you a simpler analogy. And I know Alex likes his boxing.
Yeah, but we got 2 degrees.
So what I was saying about
move,
Tottenham,
we've still got to preview all the shows.
let me say this
all the
quickly.
games, sorry.
Since you like analogies, I'll give you one, and it's a very simple one. So if you like your boxing, to me, it was like Arsenal fighting for a world title, coming up short. Then you get Tottenham fighting for a Southern area title, winning it, and say, "Oh, look, I'm more successful than you. I won a Southern area title."
Every single heavyweight clash, huh?
That's what it's like.
You man are getting punched up every heavyweight clash.
Bro,
you lot are fighting in the local.
I got 2 degrees. I got 2 degrees and a doctorate. So there's no way he's talking to me just because I'm doing a BTEC course in my spare time.
That conferencing, you're fighting down the pub.
Are we gonna win that fight?
By AGT's logic, Liverpool only have 2 league titles, as the old Division 1 isn't the Premier League.
Exactly.
Bullcrap, Robbie.
format.
You have been in that competition and never won it. As big a club
Different
you are, you
competition.
should have won it. Did the Arsenal fans at the table celebrate the FA Cup win a few years ago against the Pony Chelsea squad? Says Disco Champ. That's a very good point. I'm a United fan. I need you to cook those frauds. KG and Flex for the chest that they've been given. Worst season in history, and the Bozos given it chest. We are not that club anymore, says Gavalicious. 88 Laserbeam says big clubs don't pick and choose what competitions to compete in. Big clubs believe they can win it all. Carabao,
It's not a
FA,
matter of picking
Europa,
and choosing.
Champions
We
League.
entered the
When they
Champions
have the
League 'cause we
chance, they
finished
go for
second.
everything. Whatever plays out, you just adjust and win.
You win what's in front of
Marcelo
you.
Matisse making the exact same point as Robbie, but saying Arsenal fans aren't allowed to make this point. Tribalism is so dumb. Analysis is analysis. Ineos sacked the dinner ladies for this. United are cooked, says Taz. Big up to Bastin with the super chat. Emmanuel James, Tottenham have more European trophies than Arsenal, a fact. A champion of Europe more times, a fact.
Never won a
And
Premier
Robbie
League.
sounds like a starving man saying that the other guy's sandwich is good, but he only wants steak. When Arsenal got to the Europa League final, they were in a group with Karabag and Vorskla. Then played Borisov in the last 16. You are waffling, Robbie.
Yeah, and that's
says
what
murder on Zidane's
no. Notice he stopped there because that's what the competition. That's
Then you
what
got knocked out.
Hold on, that's
Then
what
you
I'm.
got knocked
Hold on,
out
that's what
in
I'm
the
talking
final.
about with this competition now. You can have let me not use
Yeah,
that word, but you can have second-tier teams because what you used to have them, you'd have those second-tier teams like your Bodo Glimt, who we played, right? It's the facts. I'm not disrespecting
And
those.
beat, by the way.
Hold on, I'm not disrespecting those teams. And then what would happen is you could play basically your B team in those games, right? But then you get to the stage now where the big boys drop into it, and then it's a completely different competition. You know it's facts. I'm not saying anything. As I said, they've won it. Big them up for winning it, but it's facts.
No,
It's
don't big
the
them up.
big boys
So-
of Olympiacos and Sport Lisbon
don't
that are
big them
causing
up.
all the problems,
And
guys.
Villarreal.
And
Don't forget
Villarreal.
them.
These are the big boys that are
Right, we're
dropping
going to
in.
do two more super chats, and then we're just going to play them on the screen for the rest of the show. Claver says the format has changed, so winning the Champions League, the UEFA Conference League, FA Cup, or Europa League should no longer guarantee European football. At least the winners should go to the playoffs of the respective European competitions.
I'm actually agreeing with that.
Howder says Liverpool won the Premier League, Newcastle the Carabao, Palace the FA Cup, and Spurs Europa League. A trophy is a trophy. Spurs fans deserve to celebrate the whole summer,
Of course.
and longer. Why is it so hard to be a little bit humble?
No. I gave them their flowers right at the start. Oh my god.
No, it's just the way you.
I was the only one-
The
I
way
was
you
the
two
only-
are
you
talking.
dashed the
it's-
flowers at
The
me.
way these two
No,
are
no,
talking
no,
today
no.
is Barcelona, Real Madrid,
Yeah.
Bayern that got knocked out the
yeah.
Champions League. Oh, heaven help me! Come down to the Europa and knocked me out. Quick. No,
You got
you
zero.
lost to
Champions League.
teams that are playing next to Real Betis, who we have in the final. You lost to teams that are near Bilbao's quality, near Lyon's quality. These are the teams you got knocked out to, and these are the these are the teams that these
Olympiacos
two
was crazy.
got
They were-
past to get to the final.
Olympiacos, right, dropped out of the Champions League. Right?
But they're Olympiacos.
Yeah, but they're never going to win the
and
Champions
They're
I-
Olympiacos.
And I think, as I said, right,
Are they Olympiacos or not?
Olympiacos were as good as we were.
Lord
Those-
Jesus.
you forgetting the players we had?
Goddamn.
Are you forgetting?
Yeah,
There was a reason we were in that Europa League.
Fair
You know
enough.
what I mean,
No.
what's wrong with you? You know what I mean?
Just to run through a couple of other midweek scores: Man City 3, Bournemouth 0. Kevin De Bruyne in his last game getting a decent send off, even though he did miss a sitter from.
Well
2
done
yards
to the
out.
City fans. You know what I mean? I thought that was classy. You know what I mean? You send off the guys leaving.
15 minutes we've got.
Go on.
And you wanna
Go on.
do this?
Go on. Go on.
Oh, I'm fine.
Go on,
If you
Robbie.
wanna-
you gave
Robbie,
him-
go on.
Fine.
Do it.
The guys leaving.
Yeah.
You You gave him a nice send-off.
That's good.
Thank you.
It's good.
Well done. It's good. Class.
Crystal Palace 4, Wolves 2. The no such thing as a Wembley hangover for Palace. They're straight back into things with a huge victory, parading the FA Cup round the pitch. And Brighton beat Liverpool. They did. They do. Sorry, Brighton beat Liverpool 3-2. They deserved to beat us. We were poor. But
so what's up with the hangovers then?
There's a big hangover at Liverpool right now. But we're still champions, so does it matter? No, it doesn't. By the way, before we jump into the final Premier League fixtures brought to you by FanFest, remember, you can win match day tickets to see your club play next season. Click the link below and refer someone to get an extra entry. The winner will be announced on Monday. We are going to now predict our top 5. And if we look at the Premier League table right now, it's all still to play for. Currently, it's Villa and Forest who sit just outside in the top 6. But the top 5, as we know it, is Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Newcastle and Chelsea. There are 3 teams on 66 points each. So it's all going to go down straight to the line. Bournemouth, Leicester. I'm just going to run through these, guys, and we just throw some predictions out there. Bournemouth, Leicester.
Bournemouth win.
2-0 Bournemouth, I'm going to go with. Just shout them, because we haven't even got
Bournemouth.
time to... Fulham, Man City.
Man City.
Man City.
City just.
And we think they'll get in the top 5.
Actually, not a draw.
Sure.
That's just
You draw? Why not? Wolves versus Brentford.
Brentford
to win away there. Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea.
This is the one.
This game right here.
Yeah.
When we come to predicting our top 5, will Chelsea be in the top 5? For all this chess you've got today, come this time Monday.
Now, all of a sudden,
be very different. He's
retreated
now, hasn't he?
All of a sudden, I start to
gone quiet.
Wait a minute, Alex. I start to realise why this man has put so much emphasis on the Europa League.
Yeah.
Because maybe you might be in it, right? Because if you don't win this game, bro, you could be in that Europa League. What are you saying, man?
Listen, we know the situation. I said yesterday, I don't know who won, but I know who lost. I said that tomorrow is not promised, so we live for today. And and that's the motto. That's the motto until Sunday. Like, I already know. Listen, I already knew the precarious position we put ourselves in weeks ago, months ago. When we were dropping points to Ipswich, etc. I already knew what this was. It was always going to go down to the last day. It was always going to be nip and tuck. It was always going to be. It's on goal difference. It's ridiculous. Didn't have to be like this, but we like to do things the hard way, so we have to win the game. It's a straight shootout with Nottingham Forest. And made the best team win. It's going to be very difficult. I do not like the fixture. Sorry, I don't like the fixture one bit. The fixture for me is as bad as it gets because Forest are fighting for their lives. Their owner was on the pitch the other day. You know,
they got the
City ground. Yeah, they must have. Everton. Surely, hopefully.
Oh yeah, Everton.
Yeah, they lost to Everton. The thing is, Forest have dropped so many points in the last few weeks, and we've actually been in good form. Forest have dropped so many points, and look how tight it still is.
And Brentford.
It's crazy. They lost to Brentford. They lost to Everton. They dropped points against Leicester at home. They dropped points against, was it Palace as well?
But they haven't dropped no points at home against the big teams. They didn't drop any points against us.
Yeah.
They didn't drop any points against Liverpool. They didn't drop any points. Well, United.
They beat City.
United aren't
big
team.
They beat City. They beat City at home.
Yeah.
Right.
Now
they didn't drop points against Villa.
Yeah. This is tough.
It's going to be a cauldron.
Exactly.
100%.
And we've done this to ourselves.
Score predictions?
I'm going Forest. 2-1. Going Forest. I'm not just saying that.
No. Honestly, any prediction makes sense.
They've got one last big one in them.
Yeah. I don't think this game ends in a draw because both teams have to win. So I will edge it to Forest 2-1. Sorry, Matthias.
To be fair, I think Chelsea will probably get over the line. I want them to, because if you don't,
we better.
I'm here waiting for you on Monday.
Don't go anywhere.
You won't be going nowhere, bro. I'll be waiting for you on Monday if I'm telling you, bro. If after this £1 billion spent.
Do you think Chelsea got the kahunas to go there and win?
I think they got the players.
You got that?
They got the players. Like, they got the kahunas.
Lavia's back. Everyone's there. Everyone that needs to be there is there. Jackson's not there. He's suspended, but at this point, it is what it is. I do think. Well, listen, we actually went there last season and won. completely different Forest team. Don't get me wrong.
In different circumstances.
But, different circumstances completely. But listen, I think we can, and I'm gonna go 2-1 for us to do it. But I'm not.
What if it's a draw? Where would that leave you then?
Then we need Villa to drop points against Man United.
That's not going to happen.
Because I can see a draw.
We need to win.
Happening,
we need to win.
Let's be honest.
We need to win. I'm not looking at other people's scores. I don't think. Actually, I will. But we need to win.
Yeah,
we need to win.
I'll go 2-1 Forest. Let us know what you think in the chat, please.
That's going to be a great game to watch.
United Villa.
Villa
have to win, and they will win. And I think it will be 3-1 to Villa.
I hope so. 3-1. I'm going 3-0.
3-0. Bad, man.
2-0 for me.
They could finish below.
They could finish 17th.
You think that Man United will score after seeing him yesterday?
Own goal.
Oh, okay.
Villa own goal. Yeah. I don't think
that
all Man United have to do is try and play for their supporters.
They've won 10 games all season. You know,
it's one of them
lost
games
18,
where
man.
Fair play to Man United supporters. From what I can tell from their support, they've been really pushing that team on, considering the circumstances. You'd expect them to be rioting on the pitch, getting games cancelled. If this was Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, all hell would break loose. PSG with their ultras, I think Man United fans are being very respectful about the situation.
I think that's something in keeping with the British nature, the culture.
Maybe, yeah.
We have just got a tweet as well from Fabrizio Romano, speaking of Manchester United, that says, Manchester United plan to continue building with Ruben Amorim supporting the coach. Cunha planned as first signing, whilst Garnacho can leave this summer in case of good proposal for all parties.
Those guys have to leave to finance.
They absolutely must. They must.
Garnacho wants out anyway.
Oh yeah, his interview last night says that.
Do you guys think it's right to continue with him?
Yeah,
the manager.
I want him.
He's only been there.
Deal. Yeah,
the manager.
Keep him in.
So you have to ask questions.
Ruben's at the wheel.
Listen,
fellas.
if I was a Manchester United fan right now, and I was looking at the season that they've had since he came in, and I also was looking at the final that they just lost in the manner they lost it, I would probably want him sacked. I don't think I'd be able to stomach even giving this guy the money, because there's no guarantees that giving him the money is the right thing to do. He's been so bad. And it's true. He's
There's
only
no shoots that you can't see.
It's been so bad that at this point they're losing at home to West Ham. It's ridiculous. At this point,
we lost at home to West Ham.
Yeah, I know, but listen, you can have a bad day. They have bad days every day. So I would want him sacked. I'll be honest. I would want him sacked.
You haven't really seen nothing that makes you think, yeah.
No, I haven't.
You can't be in that position. I'm sorry.
So score predictions then. Let's just rattle through these.
Which game
Last game of the season, United Villa.
Oh, I've already said 2-0 Villa.
2-0.
3-0 Villa.
3-0.
2-0.
2-0. I'll go 3-1 Villa. Southampton versus Arsenal. Nothing on the game, obviously. Bit of a send-off for Aaron
3-1
Ramsdale.
It may not be as easy. They drew 0-0 the other day with City.
They did.
But
it'll be that
a few Arsenal players out, like Saliba's out, this, that. I'll go 2-1 actually.
Yeah, I'll go 2-1
It'll just be
Arsenal.
Southampton packing their defence,
Yeah.
and Arsenal trying to break them down.
Yeah, I'll go 2-1
I will
Arsenal.
go 2-0.
You like that one, 2-0. Newcastle-Everton, this is a big game as well. Newcastle need that win just to guarantee themselves in that top 5. I do think they'll end up there, and I do think they beat Everton fairly convincingly. Everton hung over.
Sometimes, isn't it?
Not recently. They did beat us last year, but before that, it was maybe 5 or 6 years since they beat us. And obviously, last year was a damning defeat for Liverpool. So, big up to Palace on their FA Cup win. What kind of team turns up? Who knows? I'm going to do a preview for this on the Cop TV in more detail from Anfield tomorrow.
Liverpool win, I think.
Yeah, I'll go for Liverpool win.
I'll go draw.
At home.
I think you've been in poor form since you got confirmed.
We
Yeah, but at home, I think they're home.
Well,
With the
it was at home
trophy
against
parade
us,
after
couldn't beat us.
the game as well. I think there's just similar to the Tottenham game. The fans will not allow us to lose that game on Sunday. So
True.
I'll go Liverpool 3-1 winners on the day.
Yeah,
I'll go 1-0. Palace in a good
2-0.
run of form.
2-0 Liverpool. What you got, Matisse?
I'll go 3-2 Liverpool.
3-2 Liverpool. Ipswich West Ham. I'll go
Who cares?
1-0. Yeah, who cares?
Ipswich win.
2-0.
2-0.
Ipswich win 2-0, Matisse.
2-1.
I'm going West Ham.
Draw 1-1.
Okay. Tottenham versus Brighton. Again,
I think
nothing
Tottenham
on
might
this
win this,
game.
I'll go.
Now that they, I just.
Could Brighton still get European football though? Yeah.
They can. Yeah, they can.
So Tottenham will
Well, you're the champions of Europe.
They're at
Champions
home.
of Europe.
Yeah, they're at home.
I feel
But
like
they might be a bit hungover from.
I think they might be buoyed though to put in a performance in front of their fans. I could see Tottenham winning this.
I'll go 2.
Well, they are the champions of Europe.
And if you're Tottenham, if you're Tottenham, you'd be driven to say, right, let's try and finish above United and have won a trophy.
Yeah, double the pain.
I think I'm gonna go Tottenham win.
If United finish 17th, then jeez. It's just, I can't believe
But
it.
Brighton have got European aspirations of their own.
That's why I'm
that's
saying
what
a
we
draw,
just
because I
said,
feel like Brighton.
Yeah, I'm going to draw
Brighton
as
are
well.
committed.
1-1.
Brighton are committed to the cause there. So 1-1. Let us know what you think in the chat. And don't forget to enter the Fan Fest raffle to win matchday tickets for next season. Hit the link or scan the QR code on the screen right now, as you can see, to enter. And if you refer someone, you actually get an extra entry, Laurie. So the raffle closes this Sunday. We're going to announce the winner of the matchday tickets on Monday, and we'll be going live on FanFest in 20 minutes from now. So please don't forget about that, the end of season preview show. Do not miss that one. I know we've been showing a few super chats on the screen, but I'll read a couple of them out just as we finish here. Spurs join Liverpool as the English club with the most Europa Leagues in history with 3. So ultimately more European heritage than Arsenal. Don, your thoughts?
Actually, not true. Because this is the first time they've won the Europa League, isn't it? The other things that they won were under the old format, because you guys would say.
Yeah,
okay, but
still, go by what you start saying.
Still they've won 3, and
You're
that's
cooked.
more than your European heritage, by your logic.
Right? I'm going by what you said. The old format. Old format.
Porto won the Champions League by beating Lyon, Deportivo, and Monaco. So what, Robbie? Says El Mafioso.
That's the Champions League, bro.
Have you won that?
Right? No. So, I mean, big up Porto. They've got big heritage in Europe. They've won the Champions League and Europa League.
Navin says, are Spurs allowed to have their trophy parade because they haven't surpassed Arsenal's 89 points tally from last season? Arteta may have something to say.
Of course they can have their parade. They deserve their parade. Listen, Big Ange, the one thing I give him, right, is the man said with the second season, he stuck it on everyone. He deserves his parade. They deserve their parade. I do not begrudge them their parade. Let them have their parade, man.
100%.
You saw that tweet, right?
Which one?
Our foundation, our floor is their ceiling.
What did you think of that tweet?
That was
I didn't like that.
blasphemy. That was
it's been deleted, but the screenshots.
Yo, whoever's running socials, yo, you are.
I think the socials were a bit drunk that night. You know what I mean? They had a bit too many to drink.
Don't know why. Nothing to celebrate. As an Arsenal fan, I'm happy United lost. Sorry to my Londoners, but our beef with United is worldwide, and we love the downfall.
Yeah, can I just say that, which was really a really weird dynamic, right? Well, not weird, but when I was in Kenya last week, like every Arsenal fan I met was like, "No, I want Tottenham to win."
Yeah, I know. It's the same with Chelsea fans in Nigeria.
And they were just like, "Listen, Robbie, you don't understand. There are no Tottenham fans in Kenya, and it's the same when we was in Ghana, and the same they're like, but there's United fans everywhere.
Yeah,
right. So we don't want." And they were all talking about how much stick they've been given off of after they went out in the Champions League. They're like, "No, don't want them." So all the fans over in Kenya, they'd be jumping around.
It makes
really
sense,
happy.
though.
It does make sense. Whereas it's different I was saying to him, it's different for us. I go, we're in North London, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're around Tottenham fans all day, but they're like, nah, much rather Tottenham win it. So it was a funny dynamic.
Quick one to finish us off. CRZ says, there's no way Robbie talks like that about the Europa League. If it was Arsenal who won it, it's like arguing with my 2-year-old son.
No thanks. I
there we
want
go,
the
and that's it.
Champions League.
Right. There's always next year, Rob. Don't forget that. Thanks to Ange for joining us at the start of the show. Go and enjoy yourself, fella. Get that barbie on. And a proper barbie, unlike Scruffy Jim's rat-infested chicken.
When do United still have their barbecue?
Well, they've got the 2-star hygiene rating, don't they? So would it even be safe for them to host a barbecue?
They can't even get a barbecue.
Yeah, I heard Sam Manella's cooking.
Mad.
You're really
Why'd you have to do that?
Sorry, mate. Anyway, Matisse, big up to you, brother. This is actually my last show of the season, so I won't be here on Monday.
Are you here next Thursday?
I will be, yeah.
Like Liverpool not showing up for the last few games, eh?
Well, it doesn't matter. Already champions. So
Where
what
you
happens
off
when
to?
you win the league in April?
So
I'll be at the parade on Monday, won't I?
You're on the bus then, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm on the sponsors bus.
So suppose you got on that bus and Trent
Comes up to you, says.
Yeah.
No, I'm not on the bus with the players. You're not listening. The sponsors bus.
All right, well, the sponsor,
okay,
suppose you
yeah.
meet Trent, what would you say to him?
Just nothing. I just wouldn't.
Wouldn't you?
No, I just wouldn't say anything.
You wouldn't even
Why would
congratulate
I?
him on
That's
all
that.
the.
So if Trent came up
wish
to
him
you
all
and
the
he
best
said,
for the
he said,
future.
"Hey, Alex, I saw you doing those player
Because he'll
interviews."
be playing against us next season, won't he?
In Jamaica,
But
you
you
know what they
wouldn't
call
thank
that?
him for his service.
Grasses.
No, they call it bad mind.
You wouldn't thank him for his
I
services.
think he's bad mind.
You wouldn't thank him.
Anyway, we're not doing this. It's
No,
time to go.
it's
because
come
we're
on.
live on FanFest.
Wow.
No, but
I'll be late for
would
that.
you ask him for his? You wouldn't thank him for his
Wouldn't
services.
thank him. Take
Would
a
ask
photo.
him
Because
for what?
you might be on the.
He take a photo of him, but he keep it in the gallery. He's not posting it.
I can't believe
you
that
could
you
run
see
into
him personally.
No, I wouldn't take a picture.
Alex,
You sure?
knowing you as I
I
do,
wouldn't.
knowing you as I do, I can't believe that if you met him in person, you wouldn't at least wish him all the best for the future.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Even if you never mentioned the other stuff.
I wouldn't do that. No.
You wouldn't? Wow.
What?
No, but it doesn't matter. No, because I'm a champion. You could be
You
a
didn't wish-
champion next week, and you guys trophy
But you know what?
again.
That's crazy.
No,
So
but hold
guys,
on. Wait
big
a
up
minute.
to
Just
you.
before you go though,
Yeah.
Trent's also a champion.
Yeah,
He
100%
he
is.
actually earned it on the pitch, and you wouldn't even say thank you to him. You're saying you're a champion. You ain't done nothing for him. He's on the pitch. He's won. He's the guy that's
Big him
won
up,
that.
champion.
I said,
And
I'm a
right?
champion, but the
And
player.
you wanted us, right, when we were here to give you a guard of honor, right? But you don't even want to thank that guy.
the guy
did
that
it for
helped you get the goal.
You just said it in 4K
Wow.
that you wouldn't even say anything to him. You wouldn't even thank him for his services.
Do you need me to repeat it?
I hope something.
But we must be bigging you up. We must be
I said
giving
what
you
I
a guard of
said.
honor.
Yeah, we must move on.
I hope
you
Smash
wanna
the
move
like
on
button,
to
get your
Trent.
comments in, people.
That is
Still
shocking.
not even 2,000 likes.
That is barbaric.
Just shy of 10.
Trent, if you're watching, I apologise on his behalf.
Trent,
He's definitely not
Trent,
watching.
that's
Definitely
not
not watching.
Trent.
But he's made his bed. He now must lie in it. So he's made his decision. Off you go. That's it.
wow.
Anyway,
Nasty.
big up
Horrible.
to Tottenham Hotspur, the Europa League champions of Europe. Big them up each and every time.
Champions of Europe.
The parade will
Big
be
up to
happening
Trent.
tomorrow in Edmonton.
Trent,
Don't get
the
all
parade's
salty
on-
now.
the parade's
And
on
don't
Monday.
forget to enter
Nothing
the
is all-
FanFest raffle to win matchday tickets for next season.
Big up
Hit
to
that
Trent.
link below or scan
Trent,
the QR code to
on the
enter.
parade on
If
Monday,
you refer
Trent.
someone, you get an extra
A lot of
entry.
other
The raffle
fans.
closes this
We
Sunday,
rooting for
so
you,
good
bro.
luck. Also, we
We're
will be
rooting.
live on FanFest right after this for our end of season preview show. Don't miss out. Just click the link below and join us.
You've done
Take
well,
care.
Big up Trent.
yeah, big up Trent, man.